it? Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mailbox Power Mastermind call that happens every single Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And it's a chance for us to all come together and mastermind and lift each other up and help each other in our businesses. And we are just coming back from an amazing weekend, some of us in Salt Lake City, for the grand opening of the new, and I say new in air quotes, it's been fully functional for about a year. I think it was probably about this time last year they finally got all the electrical panels and that weren't on generators. So if you weren't able to join us, please go check out all of the posts in the affiliate group, because we had some amazing times and met people that we had never met in person. I was blessed to have already met Lulu in person in Pennsylvania, but it's always fun to reconnect with people. We always we always like to start the calls with wins, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to open it up and kind of talk a little bit about the open house. And let's, Carla was there, right? Carla was there and Lulu was there. Let you share some of the conversations, not the ones we can't share, but those that we can share, because if you weren't there, you did miss out. Sorry. We do know some things that are coming, but we've been sworn to secrecy. So, but it give you both a chance to share, because we all got to talk to like Ken Inkley and Justin Biggs, and Jerry was even present, and we got to see his face and he was in pictures, which is amazing. So we'll do that in just a second after we talk about the wins for the week. So anyone have any wins they want to share for the week? Well, I know
just
Kimberly
being able,
Go
oh
ahead.
yeah, just being able to go out there and have it fully funded by my Mailbox Power income and not having to come out of my other money. That was a huge win, because I was never able to do such a thing in the other company. I never made
Nice.
enough money. And so, just a win, like keep going out there, keep talking to people, and keep going, and you'll have the income to do those kind of things. And I'm so grateful to have met everybody in person, not everybody, but a lot of people in person. So I consider that a real win.
Yes, it is. And I know Kimberly had a workshop over the weekend. Did that have anything to do, or did you have a booth or anything for Mailbox Power, Kimberly?
No, it was a virtual workshop from Atomic Habits, and just accentuated a lot of the things that I'm learning and actually applying. I think that's the biggest thing that I'm getting out of this book. And my community is Word for the Day. We're on Clubhouse and we're reading this book 15 minutes a day. We've spent a whole year. We're only on chapter 9. It'll take another year to get through it. But the bottom line is we're able to see and apply things that help our lives and our businesses.
Awesome. Question for everybody. So Kimberly is doing that book kind of study, or book club per se, with a bunch of people. Would that be of interest? Like if we picked up Atomic Habits, or there are so many, especially related to our industry and mailbox marketing and just marketing in general. Would you be interested in doing something like that? We probably wouldn't take 2 years to go through it. We'd pick a book and I'd make you read a little bit more than 15 minutes. We'd read a chapter a week or something like that, so that we could have a discussion on it and have it be short.
I'm in.
Awesome. Well, we'll,
I'm totally in for
you're
any book,
totally in.
for any book.
Awesome. Well, let's think about that and send me messages. Atomic Habits is a good one. But if you have any other books that are great business books for mindset or especially for like marketing and mailbox marketing and how to do it, I'm trying to see, there's a few of them that I have, and they might be behind me. I don't know. There's a few of them and I can't remember the names of them. Exactly what to say. That's a good one. The magic words. Yep.
I just got it, and I struggle. I used to read all the time, and I really struggle to read now. It's hard to sit down and do it. But if I'm accountable, I will totally do. I have had this book for 3 months, and I haven't opened it. So,
Ah,
just saying, and it doesn't have to be this book, but I'm just saying that would be good.
asked
good.
by Ryan. Do me a favor, everybody, and text me or Facebook message
Yeah.
me, because I'll lose it in the chat here. But if it's on my phone, I will find it. So just message me on Facebook. If you have my personal number, you can text me. But if you put them all on Facebook Messenger, it'll be easier for me to find. Kimberly.
Has anybody heard Go for No?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Believe I have that one too.
Yep. The
Eh.
Sales Bible. So there were 2 books recommended to us while we were at the open house, by our CEO, Brad. And one of them is the Sales Bible, and the other one was You Can't Teach a 7-year-old to Ride a Bike in a Seminar. And so we just bought both of those books, and we were listening to one of them. I'm trying to remember which one. We were listening to one of them on audio in the car on the way to the airport and all around town in Salt Lake. And so,
The Sales Bible, is that by Giedemer?
yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's actually the one we were listening to in the car. So
He's good. He's good.
Yep. Any other wins?
Well, I thought that our last mastermind was a win and everybody participated and it was a lot of fun. And I was really happy to be able to lead the call and get out of my comfort zone. That was a big win for me.
Awesome. And we really appreciate you, Kimberly, doing that, and Lulu for backing her up.
Yeah.
Since we were out of town, and not able to do it. And if anybody else that's on this call would like to do a call and train, I know she just popped in, but I know Marie has lots of knowledge. So Marie, if you would ever like to lead one of these and talk about your knowledge and words matter, and that we'd be glad to have you pop in and do a training for us.
Thank you. I do want to say I watched the replay and I thought Kimberly did a superb job. It was great.
I can't wait to watch the replay because I keep hearing it's so fabulous and I haven't had a chance to listen yet. So I will be doing that probably on my way to Dallas tomorrow because yes, I have another trip. So I'd like to open it up, unless you have a win, Marie, because you just hopped on, or Regina. I'm trying to think of who else just popped on. If you have a win for last week, that's what we're doing right now. And then we're going to talk about the open house.
I do not. My husband has surgery last week and I'm just dealing with stuff like that. So sorry.
So it's a win that you're on this call.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Late, but I'm on it. Yes.
It's all right. We love having you here, and prayers go out to you and your husband as he recovers. So
Thank you.
yep. So I would like to open it up to Carla and Lulu to talk about the open house and maybe some conversations you had And of course, the things that we can share, some of the maybe words of wisdom that Brad gave us or others gave us. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Carla or Lulu, whoever wants to go first, and talk about their experience at the open house.
Carla? No?
Awesome. The tour was really good. I enjoyed seeing how they do everything, and I was fascinated at how the machines work. You know, the automation that really fascinated me with the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, they made a T-shirt for us and a mug or a container. I don't know what else to say. The sweets were really good.
Yes, they were. We had to
Just
try a
thankful
lot of
for
sweets.
the sample all the goodies that we send out to people. And
Were there any conversations, Carla, that you had with anybody that kind of stand out that made you go, ooh, or aha?
well, actually, I thought the Q&A was really good that we did at the house that night at the dinner. That was one of the better parts of it. And listening to Brad give advice on sales and how to approach people and use what we have. I thought that was really interesting. And then the questions that you asked and that you talked about, that was, because I haven't been doing a lot. I'm on the calls and I listen, but I kind of was just using it for personal use. But I really want to promote it now. So I was trying to get more ideas about promoting it. Well, I really got Bob. I met Bob Wilcox.
Yep.
Bob.
He was awesome.
Yep, he
He
is.
is awesome. He shared some things with me, and also Jim
McCord, yep.
McCord. Yeah, he's a really great guy, And for me, it was just interesting meeting people. You had heard all these names and you see them on the Zoom, but meeting everyone and seeing how wonderful everyone was. Everyone was so pleasant and friendly. I really enjoyed that.
Awesome.
So
Well, we enjoyed having you, and I'm excited to hear that you're ready to build the business. So
I'm ready.
we're all here to help you with your
Yeah.
challenges or your successes. So keep us posted.
Okay, and I had a really great roommate too, just so you know.
So did I. We
With
just,
that, we'll turn it over to our roommate.
well, I'll tell you, the tour was amazing. And I spoke briefly with Justin after, and so I had in my mind that there would be all these people running around doing all these different jobs, and everybody, there are like a million people working in the warehouse and getting it all together. And he told me everything, it's so highly automated that it only takes 5 people
Yep.
to run everything for us. That was astonishing to me. Like, you go in the warehouse and I'm like, where is everybody? Is their day off? What's going on? No, it just is so highly automated that it practically runs itself.
Yep.
That was amazing to me. And just the camaraderie and the sharing of ideas, and for me, just deepening the connections that I've already made and meeting new people. And like Carla said, the Q&A was really good, just getting some feedback, being able to ask questions instead of, in the chat, and learning about the ways that things are some things that are going to be coming out that we can't talk about, but that are very exciting. And just the togetherness for me was really great. Really, really great to meet people in person that I've just been seeing through the screen. And as I said, just being able to fund the whole thing from my Mailbox Power income. And, Carla and I did room together, and, we didn't really know each other, but I'm like, I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you and help you get ready to grow your business. I'm here to help you. And that to me is something that I value so much, to be able to, I've had so much help and I'm ready to give it away.
Awesome. And I had
Let
so
them
many,
know we have a mascot, right?
what?
Huh?
I said we should let them know we have a new mascot, right?
Oh,
Yes.
Mailbox Moosey.
Yeah, mailbox moose. Marie.
That was wild.
I
Yeah,
just
it
wanted,
was.
I wanted to say that I think what's fascinating when you see people for the first time that you've known on screen. There was another conference that some of us met at within the last year, because I'd never seen Brenda. I think we were in the same room before, but we didn't know each other. And anyway, a number of people, and I just I remember someone saying, "I would never have known you. You're so tall. I would never have thought." And
You were so
everybody else I
short
met
or
was so short.
tall, yeah.
But I said that because one of the photos I saw that some of you posted was with Wendy in it. Wendy must be tall. She was taller than everybody in that photo. And I didn't picture her that way. So I think those things are fun.
Yeah, she's taller than some of us shorties, Lulu
Oh,
and
boy.
I. Of course, when you're short, everybody looks tall.
True.
I think my biggest takeaway is the conversations. So
Mm-hmm.
I had conversations with like Kim Angeli and Ken Inkley and his story. Lulu, you weren't sitting at the table when Ken was sharing his story from how he went from young in high school and college to how super successful he is today, and hearing that story and hearing other people's success stories. And we got to hang out with Elaine Corliss. Some of you may or may not know Elaine, but we've known Elaine for quite some time, and we've always tried to connect when we've been together for an event or something, and we never have. And we got to spend some time on her farm and get to know her and her husband and her story. Stories are
Mm-hmm.
big, and when you hear people who have made it big and it all fell apart, and then they pick themselves up by their straps, their bootstraps, and then redid it again and became super successful again over and over again. It shows the grit behind some of the people in Mailbox Power, and it's fun to hear those stories. And of course, Brad doing the sales training and just the open Q&A. But some of the quotes that I took away, I don't know if anybody else was doing this, but the whole weekend, as I heard somebody say something, I was trying to take notes. So the first one was Brad. Personalization and our dynamic QR code, use those to expedite the process. So when you're talking to customers, using the personalization and dynamic QR codes expedites the sales process. So it takes 7 to 12 touches. Well, by using the personalization and the dynamic QR code especially, you've sent the mail, they scan the QR code, that's the second one. Then they're on a landing page, that's a third one. Then if they do fill it out and you get an email or you send another package because they filled it out, I mean, it just expedites that process. Whereas if somebody's doing EDDM, and for those of you who don't know what that means, it's every door direct mail, you don't have the ability to do that.
Right.
And so you're just spraying and praying, and we really have the analytics for clients when they're an executive to be able to expedite the process and get some good data. And all I'll say is stay tuned, because the executive plan is getting better. I don't know when, but stay tuned. What if?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that quite a bit this weekend. What if? and I think there's the postcard series is what if. There is a postcard series out there that we can use. What if on Mailbox Power. I already told you about you can teach a kid how to ride a bike. You can't teach a kid how to ride a bike at a seminar. Brad said this. Before I let you go, so when you're talking with a prospect, and obviously you need to ask the right questions. And Kimberly talked about asking the right questions in a conversation to get a conversation going. But in a sales conversation, there are others. And I think that's probably what we'll talk about next week because we're not going to have time today. But there are 5 in the sales Bible, there are 5 questions you want to ask, and Brad was talking about other questions. But the last one he does is before I let you go, after you've done all the sales conversations, sign them up or are getting ready to sign them up, before I let you go, have I told you how to get the system for free? At the end, before I let you go, because he talked about it only takes 5, even on the new affiliate, it only takes 5 to pay for the system. What if you could have the system paid for? Not your cards and your gifts, your postage, but what if the system itself didn't cost you a dime to have it? And then if you never sent anything, it's still not costing you anything. And they talked a lot about sharing it with others, and we're being selfish and not sharing the opportunity. Now I have 2 trains of thought on that, or 2 thoughts on
I
that.
do too.
Yes, in a way we are being selfish, not sharing it. But in another way, there are times when, and I've had this conversation with you all on this call, that I need to find out if it makes sense for them to do that. Because if I'm going to do all the work, I would rather have them be a referral partner to me and love on them with gifts or gift cards or cash or whatever, treats, whatever it might be. And no, I don't have a standard program. It kind of depends on the person. I probably eventually need to have a standard program so that everybody is compensated the same way. But right now I don't have enough of those. But I don't want to be the one doing all the work and somebody else collecting the check. So be discretionary there. But yes, have I told you but you can even have that conversation even if they're not going to sign up as an affiliate on Mailbox Power and just be a referral partner to you. There's a way that they can offset their system costs just by sharing referrals with you if they don't. Because many of the businesses we talk to, some of them do, but many of them just want to concentrate on what they're doing. And they have they don't want to do anything else. Like they don't even want to think about trying to learn Mailbox Power and share the costs and the benefits and all of that. So, and then this is one of the ones I came up with all the conversations. We are selling a solution for increased sales and client retention. So when you're out and you're doing an elevator pitch or you have a commercial and somebody asks you what you do, we sell a solution for increased sales and client retention. One of the things Brad said is don't give all the information away. If you give all the information away and you don't keep asking questions, the one asking the questions controls the conversation. And you need to get them sharing with you because the more they share with you, the more you're going to learn their pain points and you can put that in your hip pocket so that later on when you're talking, they're giving you all the reasons why they need Mailbox Power. And by the way, he's doing a call this Wednesday, the Wednesday morning call. Brad is doing a sales training. So you'll want to be on that. And if you can't be on it, you'll want to watch the replay. Consistency. So this was Kim Angeline. Consistency is the cheat code. Consistency is the cheat code. We all know the tortoise and the hare story. And who's the one that wins the race? Consistency. Even if you're only talking to 1 or 2 people a week, if you're consistent about doing that versus somebody who goes out and says, oh, I'm going to work this hard for a week or a month or 90 days. And then all of a sudden you don't hear from them. It's crickets. Consistency is the cheat code. And consistency is the cheat code for the businesses you're talking to, because Mailbox Power can help them with the consistency of being in front of their circle of influence. Kim also said, relationships are deep, not wide.
Mm-hmm.
Deep, not wide. The deeper you go with the relationship, one relationship, and we've talked about this, but I thought of it differently as I was talking to her. She was like, I can take a brand new business that is not open, and all I need them to do is give me 1 or 2 people, and that can create the business. Because that one person leads to 250. And if the relationships are deep, if that person has deep relationships, that 250 then leads to exponential growth in a company. Your key is the relationships. The other thing I loved, and you saw me post this, she said, the wealthiest people send thank yous. Think about that for a second. The wealthiest people, presidents, send thank yous. The wealthiest people understand the value and send thank yous. If you're not sending thank yous, you can't be amongst the wealthiest people. I think it was Kim also that said this, stay in the extra mile. Going the extra mile for your clients going the extra mile for their clients. Why? It's not crowded. Nobody's doing it.
Yep.
Those were the ones that I'll share. There's a few other ideas I have that I'm going to keep for myself. But those are the majority of the notes that I wrote down, things that I didn't want to forget, that I wanted to remember over and over again. I put them in a notepad on my phone. And what I would say to you is, they did ask us, was this beneficial? Would we like to see a mastermind maybe every 6 months? And all of us said yes.
Yeah.
So they are looking for feedback. If that's something that interests you, please let corporate know. Even if you weren't there, you can say, I heard all the great things and there was some question about masterminds every 6 months. Yes, please. What I would say and what I'm going to recommend to corporate is it's got to be a full day event, not a 4-hour event. If people are going to come in from near and far, some came from a long ways away, Lulu's one of them, that I think we need to have more training. That the Q&A on Thursday night was amazing. And I think we need more opportunities for that at corporate and for building community.
Yeah. It was good.
Any other things that Carla or Lulu want to add before we wrap up the call?
No.
Just stay tuned, everybody.
Yes,
Yes.
stay tuned. We heard some fun things. I don't know how long they're going to take. to release, and maybe we'll even hear some on the Wednesday call. So definitely plug into the Wednesday calls, the corporate updates and the trainings, because that's where you're going to hear it first. So if you want to be in the know, be on the Wednesday morning calls at 8 a.m. on Wednesdays, and it's on your dashboard in Mailbox Power. So if you're watching this replay, in your Mailbox Power over on the right, there are links and times for all the trainings that happen, including Bobby Joe has open office hours 4 out of the 5 days a week, and then Wednesdays are training on the system. So plug your people into those. Will said that they have updated the onboarding training. I'm not sure if it's on the site yet, the new one, but be watching that. And even as affiliates, I'm going to go back and rewatch
Me
it
too.
because it sounds like they've been updating it, and we need to know what's there so that we can let our potential clients or our clients know. So with that, I hope you all have an awesome week. We had an awesome weekend, and it was great seeing everybody. And we all look forward to seeing you next Monday on the Mastermind call. Have a great week,
Great.
everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye-bye.